For 10,000 years, the Varen Empire ruled the stars. Their banners hung over worlds bathed in artificial sunlight. Their fleets patrolled every trade route. Their armies stamped out every whisper of rebellion. They had crushed countless civilizations. Some were enslaved, others erased. None ever stood against them for long. To the galaxy, the Varens were inevitable, like the coming of night. No one dared resist until whispers came of a world called Terra, a backwater, a forgotten star. The Varens dismissed it as nothing more than another insignificant world, but they noticed something strange. The humans. They did not kneel. They did not beg. They did not break. The Empire laughed at their defiance, as if children were daring to challenge giants. But that laughter would not last forever. The first fleets sent to Earth never returned. Varen admirals blamed pirates. Others claimed the humans fled into the void. Yet reports trickled in. Entire Varen outposts turned to wreckage. Patrol fleets vanishing without distress calls. Shadows on long-range scanners moving like hunters in the dark. The Council grew uneasy. "If Terra is resisting, let us burn their world to ash," said Lord Admiral Varos. But when they sent the 7th Conquest Armada with 500 warships, silence followed. Not one vessel came back. Fear began to spread. An empire that had never known fear now whispered in its own halls. Who were these humans? Where had they gone? What weapons did they wield in the darkness? And then, the galaxy waited. It happened at the heart of the empire. The Varen throne world itself. A council of war was underway. Thousands of nobles, generals, and governors gathered in the orbital citadel, a fortress larger than most moons. As the debate raged, alarms blared. The sky outside the citadel darkened. Something vast, something impossible was appearing. Not warships, not fleets, just one ship. It came out of the void, peeling back a veil of nothingness. One moment, space was empty. The next, a shape loomed, a Terran battleship, black steel and burning stars reflected on its hull. It dwarfed everything around it. It was larger than a city, bristling with weapons no one could name. Its very presence bent light and shook the sensors of every Varen system. For the first time in living memory, the Varens felt small. The ship bore a name written in white letters across its hull, TSS Invictus, and with that, silence fell across the Empire. The battleship did not fire. It simply broadcast a message. The voice was human, calm, unshaken, yet filled with iron. "This is Admiral Elena Reyes of the Terran Stellar Navy. Your empire has enslaved, burned, and broken countless worlds. No longer. Humanity stands for every voice you silenced. Today, the galaxy will be free." The Varens laughed at first. One ship could not defeat an empire. Their fleets numbered in the millions. Their armies spanned systems. But as the Admiral's words spread, so did terror. Every governor heard it. Every soldier heard it. Every slave heard it, and the slaves began to rise. The oppressed began to fight. The cracks in the empire widened with every heartbeat. The Terran battleship had not fired a single shot, yet the empire already felt itself crumbling. The Varen High Command panicked. They ordered every warship in range to converge on the Terran vessel. Thousands of cruisers swarmed like hornets. Missiles streaked. Beams tore across space. The Invictus moved with unnatural grace for its size. Shields flared. Cannons roared. Each shot from the Terran battleship shattered entire squadrons. Its weapons were beyond comprehension. Beams that pierced shields. Drones that tore ships apart. Railguns that hurled fire like gods themselves were striking. The Varen fleet fought bravely, but it was like stone spears against thunder. Within hours, the mighty citadel itself was breached. Its proud walls cracked, its banners burned. The Varens realized the truth. This was not just a battleship. It was a symbol. The humans had returned, and they had forged weapons that defied the galaxy itself. Word spread faster than light. On distant slave worlds, chains shattered. On border colonies, governors fled. On battlefronts, entire armies surrendered, rather than face the Terran wrath. The Empire collapsed not from conquest, but from within. The people they had crushed for millennia now rose, and everywhere they rose, a human hand lifted them higher. Humanity did not seek thrones. They did not carve out dominion. Instead, they freed, they rebuilt, they defended. And in every whisper across the stars, one image remained burned into memory. The moment when the Terran battleship decloaked over the throne world, and the eternal empire crumbled to dust. Years later, when peace had settled across the galaxy, survivors would speak of that day. They would not speak of weapons or fire, or even war. They would speak of hope. Because when the Terran battleship appeared, it did more than destroy an empire. It told every enslaved voice that their cries had been heard. It told every beaten world that someone would stand for them. It told the galaxy that no tyranny was eternal. The Varens had called themselves gods. But they were not gods. They were only rulers, and rulers fall. Humanity had arrived not to conquer, but to break chains. And from that day on, the stars would never again belong to tyrants, because all it took was a single battleship to show the truth. When humanity rises, empires fall.